Nice. Sweet.
And I guess for everyone else too. Yeah. How about
idea, human.
This is starting to look like a proper home. Yo.
Deacon told me you single-handedly secured Karen. So is any of that true?
We got the job done. Does the rest matter?
I suppose not. I was expecting Deacon to grab a full team, including Glory, to secure that prototype. But instead, just the two of you cleared out the entire switchboard.
You'd be insane not to.
Sure.
You've certainly made an impression on Deacon. He's never spoken about, or lied about, anyone so highly before. Welcome to the Railroad, Agent.
Glad to be aboard.
It seems we're very lucky to have you. So you're in. Now we need to know what to call you. Secrecy keeps us alive. Code names are a part of that. So what's yours?
Haven't you?
No.
Call me Charmer.
Charm. You're good for. The location of our HQ is one of our most tightly guarded secrets, so be careful coming in or out. You never can tell when you're being watched.
I'm feeling overdue for some reconstructive surgery. Ooh, maybe I'll go blonde next time. I could do some fun. Hi, welcome to the family. We're a colorful. Speaking of which,
Let's go then.
I'm all ready. Mr. Valentine.
Yo, hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Let's go, gang. Let's go, let's go. Hello? Hello? Going to Walktrough. Hello?
Wasn't sure I'd see you again. You managed.
I have the code.
Suppose I shouldn't be surprised. You did get rid of Kellogg after all. Not too much of a leap to take down a courser. How'd you manage to get it decoded?
The railroad helped me.
Oh God, those kooks. I would have expected they'd be too busy trying to liberate vending machines, or setting computer terminals free, or... Sorry. They just have something of a reputation. You're not the only one who's been busy. I did the best I could. From memory and things I've overheard through... Came up with some schematic. Here's the symbol explanation. You need to build a device that will hijack the signal the Institute uses to teleport coursers, and send you instead. You know the craziest part? All the data's on harmonic frequency.
I'm sure it'll work.
For the... Can you?
Right. I got it covered.
Good. Good. And don't you forget our agreement. I've helped you as best... It's my own...
Sure.
Now go on.
Protect and serve. Protect and serve.
Don't you have work to do?
What do you need, General?
Can you take a look at these schematics? A scientist named Virgil said they could...
The Institute? Why in the world would you...
They kidnapped my son.
Damn. That's some bad business.
Mm-hmm.
We'll give you whatever help we can. Now, assuming you...
Mm-hmm.
The Institute uses teleportation to get in.
Teleportation? For real? Wow. That would explain a lot. If anyone can make it, I'll let you know if I hear of any sign.
Uh-huh.
In the meantime...
Right. Hey.
Come back for the site? I need Med X this time.
Uh-huh. No. You're an addict.
Oh, not... We'd have never made...
The site isn't worth killing yourself.
All right, kid. You got me.
You can fix just about anything. Guns, computers, people. Just gotta have the right tools.
Preston thought you might be able to figure out these plans for me.
Sure thing. Let's see what you've got.
Here you go.
Wow. What a mess. Teleportation. This is some pretty crazy shit.
Uh-huh. It's real. I got it from an ex-Institute scientist.
Seriously? I didn't know you could be an ex-Institute anything and still be breathing. Anyway, the eggheads never think about the nuts and bolts of actually making something work. But, looks like it's all here. Yeah. I'm gonna need some time to study this thing. The handwriting's pretty hard to make out. But, you can get started on what he calls a stabilized it'll need some pretty high-grade...
Sure. Good work, Sturgis.
Well, don't thank me. Here's a list of what... While you're working on that, keep in mind, like if you had... How's it going? Did you find a good spot to build your signal interceptor?
Yeah. Ready to build the rest of it.
Good. I think I got a handle on this crazy contraption. At least as much as I can tell. Well, until we actually try to build. Here's a list of 3 things that... I'll meet you over at the building site and see if we can...
Can you explain how this thing is acting?
Let me break... 1, 2, 3, 4... One thing to keep... I'll see you...
What you need?
I need to ask you something.
What do you want to talk about?
I wanted to make sure things were okay between you and me. Hey.
Yeah, in the flesh.
Just wanted to check in. See how you feel.
Just happy to get out.
Your thoughts?
One day the...
So, how are we doing?
We're fine.
Uh-huh. It's about time for you to go.
Been nice travel.
Hey, Deacon.
Want me back on deck, huh? I gotta admit, things have been pretty quiet without you.
Let's go then.
I'm all ready.
Hmm.
Time to earn our paychecks. I'm really good at this. Too good.
Nice. Bingo.
That issue is one of my favorites.
There we go.
gave you the idea we're friends?
Gotta make sure we've got enough power. sure it's all on the same grid. All the parts have got to be able to talk to each other, you know. Everything looks good on my end. You ready to see if this thing actually works?
Let's do this.
You sure? Okay. Your part is simple. Just step onto the platform. I'll start scanning for an Institute signal to lock onto. Then, I fire her up and we see what happens. Getting cold feet? I don't blame you. Okay, hold real still. I don't want any corruption of the molecular beam. Oh yeah, by the way, I figured this was a golden opportunity to find out as much as we can about the Institute and what they're up to. Yeah, this holotape's all set with a program that will scan their network and download anything it finds. Uh-oh. Yeah, we better hurry. And don't worry about that tubing wiggling around. It's, just there for decoration. Okay. Scanning for the Institute signal. Tracking RF. And... got it. Hold on to your butt.
wondered if you might make it here. You're quite resourceful. I'm known as Father. The Institute is under my guidance. I know why you're here. I'd like to discuss things with you face to face. Please, step into the elevator. I can only imagine what you've heard, what you think of us. I'd like to show you that you may have the wrong impression. Welcome to the Institute. This is the reality of the Institute. This place, these people, the work we do. For over 100 years, we've dedicated ourselves to humanity's survival. Decades of research, countless experiments and trials, a shared vision of how science can help shape the future. And easy. Are often missed. Someday, perhaps, we can show them what we've accomplished. But for now, we must remain underground. There's too much at stake here to risk it all. As you've seen, things above are unstable. I'd like to talk to you about what we can do for everyone. But that can wait. You are here for a specific, very personal reason. You are here for your son.
Busted. Would need the key. Would need the key. Sean?
Huh? Yes, I'm Sean.
Sean? Oh my god. It's really you.
Who are you?
Sean.
Father, what's
it's
going
me.
on? What's happening?
I'm your dad. Yes, it's me, your dad. I'm here, Sean.
What's going on? Father? Father!
Sean, open the door.
I don't know you. Go away. Father! Father, help me! There's someone here, help me!
Sean, please, calm down. I'll get you out of there.
Father? Father, help me! He's trying to take me! Father? Father, help me!
Sean. S923, Fascinating, but disappointing. The child's responses were not at all what I anticipated. He's a prototype, you understand. We're only just now beginning to explore the effects of extreme emotional stimuli. Please try and keep an open mind. I recognize that you are emotional, and that your journey here has been fraught with challenges. Let's start anew. I am Father. Welcome.
Give me Sean, the real Sean, right now!
I know. I know. You've gone to such lengths to find him.
I'll make this very simple. Where is my son?
He's here, in the Institute. Closer than you think. But I need you to realize that this situation is far more complicated than you could have imagined. You have traveled very far, and suffered a great deal to find your son. Well, your tenacity and dedication have been rewarded. It's good to finally meet you, after all this time. It's me. I am Sean. I am your son.
Bullshit.
Is it? After all the things you've seen and experienced in the Commonwealth? Think about it. In the vault, you had no concept of the passage of time. You were released from your pod and went searching for the son you'd lost. But then you learned that your son was no longer an infant, but a 10-year-old boy. You believed that 10 years had passed. Is it really so hard to accept that it was not 10, but 60 years? That is the reality, and here I am. Raised by the Institute, and now its leader.
But why? Why take a child? Why take you?
Ah, now that's the question, isn't it? Why me? At that time, the year 2227, the Institute had made great strides in synth production. But it was never enough. Scientific curiosity and the goal of perfection drove them ever onward. What they wanted was the perfect machine. So they followed the best example thus far. The human being. Walking, talking, fully articulate, capable of anything.
So the weird science experiments needed specimens. That's
in a manner of speaking. The Institute endeavored to create synthetic organics. The most logical starting point, of course, was human DNA. Plenty of that was available, of course. But it had all become corrupted. In this wasteland, radiation affected everyone. Even in their attempts to shield themselves from the world above, members of the Institute had been exposed. Another source was necessary. But then the Institute found me after discovering records from Vault 111. An infant, frozen in time, protected from the radiation-induced mutations that had crept into every other human cell in the Commonwealth. I was exactly what they needed. And so it was my DNA that became the basis of the synthetic organics used to create every human-like synth you see today. I am their father. Through science, we are family. The synths, me, and you.
I don't believe you. There's no way any of this is true.
I wish there was something to say. I know this isn't what you wanted. But it's the only truth I can offer you.
You're my son? Then prove it. Now.
I've already told you how I came to be here. I don't know what further proof I can offer that would convince you. I've shown you my trust. Your weapons haven't been confiscated, and I stand unarmed before you. Please, let's just talk.
All right. Let's talk then.
I know you must have questions. Please, anything I can do to help you understand.
Your mother. She never got to see you grow up.
Yes. What happened to her was... I've gone over the records of the incident, of course. It seems her death was an unfortunate bit of collateral damage.
Collateral damage? Is that all she was to you?
What would you have me say? The world is a dangerous place? Although I think maybe it always was. It's just a bit more honest about it now. For many years, I never questioned who my parents were. I accepted my situation, and that was that. With old age comes regret. And asking what if more often. But what matters now is that you and I have a chance to begin again. What else can I say to ease your mind?
Your mother. She never got to see you grow up?
Yes. What happened to her was... I've gone over the records of the incident, of course. It seems her death was an unfortunate bit of collateral damage.
Collateral damage? Is that all she was to you?
What would you have me say? For many years, with old age... But what else can I say to ease your mind?
Kellogg. He worked for you?
Kellogg. He was an Institute asset long before I arrived here. It wasn't until I became director that I learned of all the things he'd done. What kind of man he was.
He was a murderer. He killed your mother.
Believe me, I am well aware of the atrocities Kellogg committed. I suspect that the Institute took advantage of Kellogg's vicious nature. Institute technology prolonged his life, and his usefulness far beyond. He never failed the Institute, but his cruelty became more apparent with every I won't lie. It's no coincidence your path crossed his. What else can I say?
So you're in charge?
I am the acting director, yes. I spent decades with the Institute.
But director? Why you?
I was the most qualified for the position. Obviously. I've lived my life within these walls, dedicated to science like every other member of the Institute. My hard work has paid off. Ultimately, the Commonwealth has nothing to fear from us. Whatever you've seen or heard, I know I can convince you of that. Just give me time. I know there's more for us to discuss. But the Institute is on the verge. I've been a part of something amazing here. I've helped to build a life for myself and the people of the Institute. And now, after all these years, you have an opportunity to help with that. Doesn't that intrigue you? Isn't that what you want?
Yes, that's what I want.
I know. Forgive me. I'd assume that after everything I'm sure you've seen above ground, you would be more than a bit. There is much to be done. You'll need time to acclimate yourself, a chance to become acquainted.
Is all that really necessary?
For now, it is enough that you understand that the Institute really is devoted to the betterment of humanity. The Institute is now your home, as much as it is mine. Please take some time, get to know it. You'll want to introduce yourself to the division head, Dr. Fillmore in Facilities, Dr. Ao in SRB, and finally Dr. Lee in Advanced Systems. They've all been notified of your arrival, of course.
Sean, about this synth.
You mean the child? It's a fascinating project, really.
Right. Why build it to look...
We'd advance the technology behind. A new angle. I'll make sure. But do you think you...
Seriously? You really believe a human could love a synth?
That's a difficult question. I suppose it depends on how closely we've managed to mimic human behavior. Yours is a unique position. You may be the only one that I wouldn't claim to.
Sean.
Let your surroundings be a reminder of what science and willpower can accomplish.
We're all looking forward to working with you. Almost done. Just need to tighten up this primary drive
Hi, Doc.
servo.
They weren't kidding. You really are here. Well, all right. I'm Allie Fillmore. You can think of me as the Institute's chief engineer. When Father told us about you, I could hardly believe it. You've been through so much, I think most people would have just given up. If you don't mind my asking, what was it that kept you going all that time?
I just wanted to find my son and keep him safe.
Now that you've found him, I hope you're proud of the great man he grew up to be. Now, I'll give you a quick rundown of the Facilities Division, and then I'll answer any questions you might have afterward. As you might guess, we keep the Institute's mechanical and electrical systems running smoothly. We maintain and upgrade all of the systems that make it possible to live and work in a place like this. There's a lot of machinery behind these walls that recycles the air and water and provides power to the laboratories and quarters. The work we do might not be as exciting as some of the others. So, now that you're here and you've spoken to Father, does that mean you're on board?
I'm not on board with anything.
No? And yet here you are, poking around. One might find that suspicious. If you're not planning on staying, I'd recommend keeping your hands to yourself. Wouldn't want to give the impression you're up to something. And consider having another talk with Sean. He really is anxious to have you with us. If there's anything else you'd like to know about the Facilities Division, I'm happy to discuss it.
Who built this place, originally?
The construction of the Institute is the work of generations. The original survivors of the war, our progenitors, took refuge in the basement of the old Commonwealth Institute of Tech. Over time, their sons and daughters dug deeper into the earth and built. It's a process. Just think what this place will look like 100 years from now. I hope I'm there. That's the third primary drive breakdown this month. As far as I'm concerned, the phase-out on these older models can't come soon enough.
Oh, I don't know. Most of them have lasted long past their projected lifespans. If you ask me, they were built pretty well.
I can't argue with that. Even so, I'm ready to see the full Gen 3 roll out.
There we go. All set. Unit, you can return to duty.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thanks again.
Of course.
Dr. Fillmore.
Hi there. Something I can help you with?
It must be a challenge to meet the power...
Absolute. Over the years, when necessary. Fortunately, it's a good thing.
Allie.
Hey, what do you need?
I'm good for now, thanks.
Goodbye, then.
Mm-hmm.
What's on your mind?
I'd like to know about the people in your...
Of course. Dr. Power... We also make...
It's an honor to have you here, sir.
Remember to keep unnecessary power consumption to a minimum.
Hey, Doc.
Also, if it's a real juggling act, trying to keep all this place might... I lose...
Uh-huh. How old are we talking?
Well,
right.
most... The last thing...
Come now, Matthew, it could have been bleeding. It was probably just a glitch in the nervous system. The fine motor control software was an update.
If it were just a limb twitching, but her eyes were moving as well. Involuntary twitching unbrought about and only relieve body pain. You just can do what we want with them.
If you disapprove of the work we do here,
You're here. Glad you made time. Just a moment. I never said that. I'm simply trying to open everyone's eyes to new possibilities.
well, it's an unwanted distraction. We're men of science. Do well to remember.
All these coursers roaming the halls? Best part of my day is when are you going to tell me about this mysterious Phase 3?
You know I can't talk about that.
She's been at it for over 2 hours. What is she even testing?
Nothing. At this point, she's just doing it for fun.
Safety first. Remember that.
Well, that was productive. One day, I'll design a more efficient reactor to replace that old clunker in the basement. It's really exciting having you here. I can't wait to see what you can do.
Excuse me, Doctor?
Ah, it's you. You're here then. Yes, I know who you are. We all do. While I'm sure Father is very happy that you're here, I do hope it doesn't interrupt our work.
Don't worry. I promise I won't.
Thank you, I do appreciate it. Oh, before I forget, let me see that Pip-Boy of yours. I've been told to install a Courser chip in it for you. You're to be given full access, with the ability to relay in and out of...
Thank you.
Given that the relay is... In case the significance is lost,
Sure.
If nothing else... Now, unless there's something else, I really do need to get back.
Is everything okay, Dr. Lee?
Yes, things are... I'm sorry, I don't socialize.
Dr. Lee. I'd like a progress report on your division.
Taking your new appointment in stride. Very well. I'm hoping that the...
Dr. Lee, tell me about the people in your division.
I'm not sure. Dr. Orman.
Right.
Yes?
physical reaction to
You know the protocol, sir. Authorized.
Nothing to report, sir.
I am seriously thinking of heading over to robotics to knock some heads together.
What now?
They're
Good to
dragging
see
their
you.
feet on the targeting package upgrades
Excuse
I asked
me.
for. Maybe I should take some courses with me. You know, send the message.
Always be vigilant.
Hi.
Please don't.
I can't imagine
There's
living on
enough
the
friction
surface.
as it is between us
Sounds like a
and pretty much
nightmare.
all the other departments.
It's an honor to meet you, sir.
My methods get results. They will this time as well. You'll see.
I don't think you'll be needing that suit of power armor in here.
Like any machine, a synth can malfunction. Just wish it didn't happen so
Doctor.
So, here you are. Justin Ao, acting director of the city.
Uh-huh.
I'll be upfront with you. We're going to be keeping a... Despite your... I'm sure you understand. There won't be any...
No problems here.
Good to hear. Now, Father, our primary...
I'm sure it's best for everyone.
Certainly. We can't allow sophisticated... The results could be disaster. Our main instrument, Corsairs, they are highly self-sufficient. But I gather you know... In fact, I'd very...
I know.
Even... Now, unless...
I'd like to know more about the synth reclamation.
Fine. Once...
Right. Uh-huh.
In those cases where the... All too often...
Justin.
What do you want? And please, make it quick.
You mentioned that coursers undergo special...
The SRP. Those... Those... Yes? What do you need?
If you're the acting head of...
Doctor...
Hi there.
Operating at full capacity.
There. All done. You could return to your duties. And remember to record every symptom you experience in detail.
I hope I'll prove a useful test subject for you, Doctor.
Scanning. Subject identified.
Our armor is effective, I'm sure, but it's hardly efficient.
pretty hard to impress anyone down here.
Doc.
Welcome. So good to have you here. Dr. Clayton Holdren. I can't wait for you to see the work.
Like what?
I was just about to, as the name, our most, to that end, we've even started,
Seems like there's nothing you guys can't do.
with hard work,
I'm not sure how well I'll fit in, but...
great. In any...
You mentioned medical care. I might need that from time to time.
In that case, you'll want to introduce yourself. He's our top... Dr. Volt, you won't find better medical...
So many humans, not many super mutants. No green stuff here.
Here's that holotape you gave me. Full of Institute data. I hope.
Well, all right. I'll start digging into this and see if I can make heads or tails of it.
The Institute isn't our enemy, remember?
I know, but it never hurts. All the good. After that,
Never thought a reporter could consider themselves sad.
Seems to be growing well.
Son of a bitch!